Sweet days are like chocolates. You can taste chocolate for a while, but in an instant, that taste can disappear. If you don't wash your mouth, that taste can change into a bad taste. And then no more sweet taste. That is the real meaning of the sweet days. They seem to be so short. The hard days seem to be so long. We face the hard days through our faith and through our good deeds. That is the circle of life. It is our destiny that we are in a circle. One day in my life in Iraq, I was the happiest woman. I enjoyed every minute of my life. I was a teacher. I was married to a man from our family. I had 3 sons and a nice and beautiful girl. I tried to be a good wife to my husband, a good mother to my children, and a good teacher to my students. It was a time when I forgot myself, and I found myself just playing in the yard with the children, dancing, running with them. I was so happy at that time. At that time, I was also crazy for shopping. I used to love to buy clothes, modern furniture, technologies. And at that time, my mother used to say to me, "You waste your money on clothes. You should be like your uncle's daughter. She saves her money and buys gold. You waste your money on clothes. When you need money, you won't be able to eat your clothes." And I used to say to her, Mom, let me enjoy my life." At that time, my house was so beautiful. Anyway, when the war came to Baghdad, lots of people left the city to go and live in the countryside. As we said before, the sweet days are so short. The war had come to Baghdad, and my family faced terrible, terrible times. My father and mother wanted us, me and my sisters, to leave the city. They said, "The Americans will throw millions of tons of bombs on Baghdad." We, however, decided that we would not go. This was our home. And if we were going to die, we would die in our own home. And so we stayed, 4 sisters married to 4 brothers with our 4 families grouped together. And then the bombs started being thrown from the aeroplanes. The house started shaking like a cartoon. The sound of the siren made the children want to hide everywhere, but there was nowhere to hide. Nowhere was safe. The children started to scream and to cry. And I said to them, "Don't be afraid. Come together. Let us together shout, 'Allah is great.' If you are great, if America is great, Allah is the greatest." And so together we shouted, and as the voice of the bombs became stronger, our voices became stronger and louder still. It was in this way that with our voices we defeated the voices of the bombs. Allah gave us strength, and the children stopped crying. everywhere. The whole house was illuminated. Whenever you heard them, you thought they will come in through your window. I forgot everything at that time with my fear. I never thought I could remember the sweet days again. Everything was gone. Peace was gone. And yet it was at this time when we had lost the peace that I remembered our greeting, Assalamu alaikum. In the sweet days, we would say hi or hello, and not our long greeting, peace be upon you. But in my house, surrounded by the voices of the bombs, I longed for peace. I missed the peace. I wished for one moment to sleep in peace. I wished my children could feel the peace. I still dream of that time. The longing to feel 1 minute of peace with my family. The longing not to fear. It was rare to sleep a whole night in peace. At that time, I tried to tell myself that I have to be strong. I tried to tell myself that this is a cycle of life, and one day this too will end. I woke one morning with a feeling that something bad was about to happen. A voice seemed to be saying to me, "What would you do if the soldiers came into your house?" I got up. I washed and dressed and was about to start my prayers, when I heard a voice bomb enter my house. I heard boots on the stairs. I heard shouting. The children woke up. They started screaming. I heard my sister yelling, "Help, help!" And as I ran to the top of the stairs, an American voice shouted at me, "Calm down and put your hands behind your back." I was so relieved, because even though we were afraid of these soldiers, I knew they would not kill us. The soldiers came to our house 3 times during the Civil War. They shouted at us, they pointed guns at us, they terrified the children. To this day, 3 of my children cannot sleep at night. They sleepwalk. I worry about them still. They would separate us, women in one room, children in another, men on the floor in another. They would pull our furniture about. After the 3rd visit, I said to the commander, "What is the point of this? If you just knock on the door, we will open it. Why must you burst in like this with guns and terrify our children?" He said, "It is my duty to look for guns." I said, "But there are no guns here." At that point, the translator, a good man, took me to the side and said, "Your family is not safe. Remember, we are in a civil war, and your family is no longer safe." I learned there was a list of people to be killed, and my family's name was on that list. We tried to get back to normal life, to open shops, to open schools. But the violence kept on bubbling, and the guns would not stop. A neighbor, a good man, was shot 100 times in the street and left to die. Then one day, they brought my son home. He was only a young boy, but he had been kicked so hard and so often by grown men that he could not walk. I knew then it was time. I had no more patience. My family would be the next to die. It was time to leave. My husband went before me to Syria. I followed him with the children. We couldn't take anything from Baghdad, only the necessary things. When I reached Syria, my husband had rented an apartment without furniture. The landlord wanted him to take me and the children to a hotel while he furnished the apartment. I said, "No. Do you have a key?" I did not want to see or hear anyone else. I just wanted to go to our new home. I just wanted to sleep in quiet. I remember it was summer and we all slept on the floor. I just put some clothes under my head and I slept. I slept like I had not slept for a year. When I woke up, I kissed the earth with a lot of thanks, and I appreciated so much this floor. I said, "Thanks, God. This is the best night for a long, long time. No more fear, no more terrible times, no more shocks, no more challenges, no more bombs, no more guns." I thought, this is the best night ever. I don't want anything. I don't want a big house. I don't want nice clothes. I don't want flowers in my house. I only want peace. Oh, Mom, this is the gold. This is the golden time. Our Prophet said, there are two invisible gifts which you only appreciate when you lose them: health and peace. If you have these two, you are the wealthiest person, the most blessed person. When I pray now in Ireland, I kiss the earth. I kiss the earth of this beautiful country. And I feel peace. Alhamdulillah. My children can go to school. My children can be safe. My children can sleep. And I can dream of a future. I know the sweet days once more.